So we knew that he was going to explode, but he was already stuck to the mattress topper. So...
Wait, do dead bodies explode?
Yeah.
Welcome back to Other People's Lives. I'm Joe Santagato.
I'm Greg Dybec.
For anyone out there who would like to be a guest on our show, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Our email is oplpodcast@gmail.com.
Today, we're speaking to a woman who reached out, and her job is a body removal tech. This is the person who is tasked with taking a no longer living body out of wherever they get found. So we love job episodes. We're going to learn all about this, and we've got the guest on now. So thank you so much for being on.
Hi. Nice to talk to you guys.
Yeah, no, we don't know anything about this job. I guess it's like a job you assume someone has to do it, but you didn't really know the term for it.
I was in the same understanding too before I got the job.
Fair enough. So can you just tell us, I guess in your words, what does a body removal tech do exactly?
So we get called, a lot of us call ourselves last responders. So we'll get called to either crime scenes, suicides, anything that's not just this is how they died and they had plans for dying.
Mm-hmm.
So if they have a funeral home, then the funeral home picks them up.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. So people who there was no prior arrangements made.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unexpected or unknown how it happened, or they passed alone, that kind of thing.
How do you end up in this field?
So I used to be a nurse, and I found it incredibly draining dealing with people who were hurt. And for me, it was by the end of the day, I didn't have any more emotions left because it was draining, and so I had to leave that job. And then I've always been interested, like forensic files, those kind of things. Mm-hmm. So I saw the job, and I was like, I've been around people who have passed. I didn't have a problem with it. It's interesting, might as well. So I applied, got it.
Yeah, I mean that's I think a fascination a lot of people have, like especially crime scenes you see it in movies and you see it in TV all the time. It does, and no offense, but it feels like a job that a lot of people would want to avoid. But for you,
definitely.
like how, was it just your prior experience as a nurse, like knowing that you could stomach this and it just didn't bother you at all?
I get the enjoyment of helping people without draining myself.
Okay.
So it's fulfilling, and I get to use, my caring in a different way.
Oh, so you see it as, this is a very difficult time for this family. Obviously, they're not going to pick up the body and bring it somewhere. So you're kind of doing them a favor or like a service, obviously, of being able to take their loved one to somewhere properly. Yeah,
and respectfully, and
Are you, who are you employed by? Like, is this like a branch of like a hospital or police department?
We're contracted by the government.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you remember when you got this job, what your first call was?
Yeah, it was a man who passed in the bathroom.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't too interesting. And then, because they try and give you a soft entrance.
Okay.
Oh, they'll actually like choose what you go to first to kind of ease you into it, because then eventually I assume it's just full blown, like you don't know what you're walking into.
And then sometimes people make it to that point and then find out they can't digest that part.
Yeah. So. What is the protocol? So in any of these things, like what do they teach you of, like, how do we extract this body? Like, is there a certain way to pick them up? Do you put them on something? Is it, I've seen like the bags, like what's the protocol?
So we go in, we have to have, usually the coroner puts the tag on them to name them and all that. And then the coroner writes the bag. And then we get photos of what they need for the crime scene or whatever scene. So sometimes we'll have to strip the body completely naked, turn it, get a lot of photos. And then Our paperwork is all done on our phones as well. So, and then put them on we have, just like the ambulances have, they have the stretchers. And then we have a spine board as well. And then instead of an ambulance car, we just have a van.
Oh, interesting. Just like an unassuming, like would look like any other van out there.
Yeah, like a Dodge.
Wow.
And then it fits the 2 stretchers in the back.
Okay, so you're responsible for handling the body, like any handling of the body in that moment.
And then we bring them to the morgue.
Okay. Has anyone ever dropped a body on the job?
Absolutely.
That happens a lot. Have you ever?
Definitely. I can say I have never beheaded somebody, which is something that people really don't think of. But like when somebody has hung themselves and they've been there for a while, a lot of times when you do the cutting down, they can lose their head.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I didn't even consider that. Is that what?
Yes.
What happened? Are like?
I give them a hug and then they cut them down and then we slowly bring them down.
Dude, this job's crazy.
Yeah, this is. I don't know that I can barely stomach like a wake, and you're hugging dead bodies.
And also, like, it's not just like it's not like picking up the garbage. Like, yeah, if it's a crime scene, there's photo. Like, you're handling this body for a while.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you know immediately, like, that you would enjoy this job? And by enjoy, I don't mean like, in a sick way,
I definitely did. And then I noticed that as a female, because there isn't a lot of females in the group, I brought a lot of, not a lot, but there was a bit of stress off some people too, because there are things that happen in the death business that men are known for. So,
what do you mean?
Well, men are gross in some capacity, and there's always bad people in certain fields, and there's been incidences of people taking photos of the bodies or
Okay, I see.
So I do bring a bit of a comfort as being a female and knowing that I'll be a bit more respectful.
Right.
Yeah, like we're kind of just jumping right into this now, but like people in that job that are so comfortable around it, like, yeah, like have you been on jobs with like other techs? Like, are they almost like making jokes, or is it just like so normal and every day that it's like doesn't even feel like there's a dead body there? You know what I mean?
There is a certain amount of dark humor we have to have just so that we don't drain ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So it's give and take. If the family's there, we're definitely straight job. If we do find a moment to like comfort each other and kind of bring up a little bit, then we do.
Yeah, just like as a coping mechanism. I think that's understandable.
Yeah.
Does your employer provide any sort of like access to like therapy or something?
No.
This is always the case with these type of jobs.
Because it feels like a job that you would kind of carry around, right? I mean, you're around dead bodies and very like sometimes I imagine gory situations, and it's like it's tough to just go back and have some tea or something, you know what I mean? So there's no like training as far as that goes?
No. I've had people break down to on scene where like they had to leave.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, this is one of those jobs where everybody understands it. People usually only quit when they see a scene that they can't handle anymore. Mm-hmm. So it's usually, you don't know until the day that you quit.
That's interesting, right? Because it's just something probably so unimaginable at the time. What are, I guess, so they start you out kind of soft, I guess you said, but do you remember some of the initial jobs where it was, more jarring to you or shocking to you? And like, what kind of scenes were you walking into?
I had to write down a few because I definitely, like, I don't hold on to them. So there's been a few. One of them, we went to a guy who was driving too fast on the highway in a motorbike, and he fell and wind up severing his head.
Jeez.
And the coroner they got on scene. We flipped the head over, and they were like, "That's my cousin."
Oh my God.
And she was wow, looks a lot like another family member. And then, she also is very in her job, and she's very, it happened. There's nothing we can do about it now.
Wow.
And yeah, so she was making a few lighthearted jokes to just try and pass the grief.
So she found out that was her cousin when she's examining
I don't know if she was aware before, but when she flipped over the head, she definitely was like, "That is so-and-so."
Oh my God, that's horrible.
Wow.
Yeah. So then I asked, because she almost rode her bike there, and I was like, "Well, whose bike is nicer?" And she was like, "Well, mine now."
Oh God.
I mean, but it's interesting how people can like grieve or, in that moment, even like turn to humor in like the darkest situations. It's like, it's hard to understand from the outside looking in, but as they're like trying to process something like that. Wow.
Yeah, it's already happened. You can only just bring them the peace they deserve and then move on.
Jeez.
Wow.
What are some of the others that you wrote down?
Recently we had a guy put his foot in the inspection door of a concrete truck while it was turning.
What does that
And
do?
he got stuck, and he died by his hips being ripped apart.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You don't like think of
And
like
how do
often
you?
that
So
happens.
I mean, I don't even hips ripped apart. I don't even know what that could possibly
I think
mean.
it's either blood loss or shock that your body goes through.
Yeah.
But there was no other. There was nothing else wrong with his body except for the hip part.
When you're walking into scenes like that, like you are first on the scene essentially, like nothing's like cleaned up or like you're seeing it like as raw as you can see it.
Yeah, as soon as the ambulance leaves and all that, then we're there. And sometimes the family's watching, sometimes they're not.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick break from this episode to tell you about some of our sponsors. A lot of people out there deal with hair issues, whether it's hair thinning or shedding, and they don't know what to do and they don't know where to start because there's so many products out there that say they can help. But how do you know which ones can actually help? I'm someone who is interested in hair products, wearing a hat right now. I wear a hat a lot. However, I have my hair and I want to keep my hair and I want to keep my hair healthy. So I was looking at products that could do that. And that's how I came across Nutrafol. And Nutrafol is not just hype. It is physician formulated, clinically tested, and it's even recommended by dermatologists. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand trusted by over 1.5 million people. And you can feel great about what you're putting in your body since Nutrafol hair growth supplements are backed by peer-reviewed studies and NSF content certified, which is the golden standard in third-party certification for supplements. And for me, I feel like I've been able to maintain all the hair that I have. And on top of that, it feels just healthier. It feels healthier. It feels a little thicker even. And I really enjoy knowing that I'm doing something to maintain the hair that I have and the health of the hair that I have. So see thicker, stronger, faster growing hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month's subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code OPL. Find out why Nutrafol is the best-selling hair growth supplement brand at Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, and use that promo code OPL. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code OPL. This podcast is sponsored by Squarespace. Honestly, Squarespace feels like that friend that kind of always hypes you up, makes you believe that you can do great things. Everyone needs someone like that in their life. For me, that is Squarespace when it comes to website design. Squarespace is an all-in-one website design platform designed to help you stand out and succeed online. I have used Squarespace many times, and it is so easy to use, and their features are so great, like templates that you can choose from, drag and drop system. I've been able to create websites where we sell tickets for tour, websites where you take donations, where you have contact forms. You could even make sales on Squarespace websites, and it looks beautiful, and you are able to do it yourself. Seriously, like I'm not exaggerating. I feel so proud when I put a website together on Squarespace. And that's not because I'm super skilled at making websites whatsoever. It's because Squarespace makes it so easy and they have so many amazing features to choose from. So if you have a business that's just starting out, a business that you want to scale to the next level, a service that you're providing, whatever it may be, if you need a website for it, then head to squarespace.com/OPL. You will get a free trial. And then when you are ready to actually launch that website, use the offer code OPL and you will save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com/OPL. Get that free trial, play around with it. It's also really fun, sort of addicting to just like play around, see what you can create, go through the list of beautiful award-winning templates that they have. Just check it out. And when you're ready to launch, use that promo code OPL and then you'll get 10% off. Now back to the show. Wow. And did you quickly realize from some of these scenes that you could handle this job, or were there moments that ever brought you to the brink of not wanting to do it?
I've never been not wanting to do it. I have felt guilt on only one call, and that was I had to pick up an infant.
Oh, no.
And it was newborn. They were born at home, and I don't know what happened. I don't know what went wrong. I don't get given that information when they don't know either. So I felt a lot on that one because I got pictures of the baby before the mom did. I'm taking the baby on its first car ride. Those kind of things I felt like I stole from her.
Jeez.
Other than that, it was, the rest of them are just...
I mean, these are very obviously like traumatic events. I mean, I feel like I'm having a reaction to them and I'm just like hearing them. So I can't even imagine
I'm sorry.
No, it's not your fault. I mean, this is your job. This is what you do. And this is the whole point of the interview. So I appreciate you being like honest and open about it. But a part of you you said you don't carry any of these around. Is that just like, to me, I guess I'm just very sensitive, I guess. But do you think that
it's not my trauma. And I don't think that I would be doing the service to any of the family members if I was traumatized by that scene.
Right.
So for me, it's more of I did good.
Yeah, you have a job to do.
Is that like a skill you feel like you developed, like being able to completely leave a job like that at home, or like you said, separate that there's trauma here, like this is traumatic, but it's not my trauma to carry with me.
Yeah.
How do you think you developed that? Do you think like people are just sort of wired that way to be able to kind of accept and handle that?
I've definitely always been like that, but I had custody of my mom for 10 years. So she was sick, and mostly because she was an alcoholic. So she was also mentally unwell, and she would try and commit suicide every 6 months.
Jeez.
So for me, I respect death. That was something that we were able to openly talk about. We were able to... So I got a different just view on death.
Right. Yeah, that's interesting because I think you did mention in your email of just like a conversation like this of just people being able to talk about death more. Like we're being very squeamish around this. And like, I think that's fair. It's these aren't things like we want to hear, but it's, the average person, I guess, that will just kind of even push their own death, the death of loved ones and things like that out of their minds. Oh, yeah. You think it's effective to be able to just like talk openly about death?
It's a lot of times when the family is on scene, they don't know what to do next. They don't know how to feel. So like on top of grief, they have just being lost. Mm-hmm. And it's like so unfair that they have to feel that also.
So it's like it makes sense to be prepared for an inevitable thing, which is interesting. Like it is inevitable. It's the thing we know is coming for everyone.
Yeah, it's guaranteed.
But it is like the thing a lot of people are least prepared for, just because you don't even want to think or discuss it.
There's elderly men who don't know how, like their next morning, they're like, that she picks out my clothes. I don't know what to do now. There's elderly women who are like, he's the only one who drove.
Right.
And then they're just stuck.
Yeah, it's terrible to think about. And it's, for your job specifically, like your job is to show up, make sure you take the photos and all that stuff and then extract the body, is there anything else that you do as far as that? Or is it once the body's in the van, then your job is over?
Yeah, we don't clean up anything.
Right.
Okay.
And
So we just grab and go.
is there like multiple calls a day?
Yeah, there can be. I'm in a smaller area, but we do get sent out further areas if it's worse and they need other people.
Right. How often are you going out? Is it every day that you're picking up a body?
If I wanted to, yes. But I'm also a foster parent. So
Oh, so you can choose like
Yes.
there's, oh, okay. Is it like paid per job that you actually accept?
per hour.
Per hour. Oh, okay. So it does like allow a flexible opportunity, I guess, in
Yeah.
a sense. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Do you like get to know what you're walking into ahead of time? Do they prep you at all?
Sometimes. Not always. We've definitely, because we only know what the officers know. We're showing up usually alongside or right after the coroner. Mm-hmm. So it's just what the cops can give us. Usually they're semi right on the like weight, but sometimes they're way off. Sometimes the situation was totally wrong. Or once you're undressing and you find certain aspects, and then you have to be like, oh, this could be a homicide. We have to stop here and wait and wait for
Right.
different people.
That's interesting. So they don't know going in. Have you ever been in that situation where you or your team like discovered
Yes.
something that was off? What's an example of that?
We picked up a lady out of the water, and while we we're doing an exam, we noticed that her skull was crushed.
Okay. So they thought it was like a drowning maybe, but it was.
Yeah, and then about a year later, they came out and said that they're classifying it as a homicide.
Oh, wow. Do crime scenes get treated differently? Like, will you also, if it's already established that it's a crime scene, you still show up to those and do the same job?
Yes, we just have to be a lot more careful.
Yeah.
We usually can't touch the walls or any of that.
What is the difference between you and a coroner?
The coroner states, like, this is what's happened, this is what I think, and then they talk to the family about, like, next of kin and all that.
Okay, because I feel like usually you see, like in movies and stuff, like with the bags or whatever, you always see the coroner van. So I was like, I thought that was that job.
So did I.
Oh, that's just for movies?
Yeah, I guess.
Yep.
So those are two different things. Their job is to
Yes.
identify the reasoning and then notify the family. And you said tag as well.
Yeah.
And that's just
Yeah.
like their name or their information.
What we can gather, if they're unidentified, then it limits us a bit.
Right.
And it's like,
So-
this is what we think happened. This is like the estimate of like how long they've been dead for, like things like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this examination too, that you said that like you found during the examination that someone's head had been caved in or something. What is like the protocol for that? So you get the body, you said you had to strip the body, and then you have to go through each body part and make sure that there isn't anything nefarious going on, or what is the examination for?
So that's usually up to the coroner, but since we know the coroner so well, they ask us for help often.
Okay.
So we'll just help with the flipping, and then if there's anything that we notice, because we also have to write down any identifiable scars or tattoos or anything.
Okay.
So,
This is a weird question, but like,
yeah,
are dead bodies really heavy? I feel like I've heard it's like, I mean, like the term
they
dead
are.
weight.
It's dead weight. Yeah.
Yeah. How many of
It's
you
an awkward
are
weight.
there that show up?
2, unless it's a obese or a difficult pull.
Oh, has that happened to you?
Yes. Yeah, because a lot of times, like in the summertime, we'll have a couple weeks where a lot of RV deaths happen.
Oh.
And since it's so hot, they liquefy pretty fast.
Oh, wow.
What do you mean
The
liquefy?
bodies?
Like there's skin slippage and such.
Wait, what does that mean?
The skin rips, and then liquid can come out. They get bloated.
Okay.
Oh, how soon after someone passes away does that happen?
When it's in the heat, it's pretty fast.
Wow.
But a lot of people, if they are recluses or if they don't have many people, they get found at the beginning of the month when people are looking for rent.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So
and like a whole month
yeah,
could have
sometimes
passed
it's
by then.
yeah.
Jeez.
So if they're at the point where they're, I mean, you said liquefy and like the skin would rip. How do you pick someone up like that?
So there was one where the guy, we walked in and I thought his head was it was a fifth wheel where he was like on the bed up top. And he was so bloated that I thought his balls were his head.
You thought his balls were his head?
Yeah.
That's how giant
they were
his
so
balls
big.
got?
Yeah. So we knew that he was going to explode, but he was already stuck to the mattress topper.
Whoa.
So we had to get the mattress topper and just kind of like throw it over him. And then, because we knew that we were going to have to do big bumps getting him out. So he was going to do a bump from the bed to the ground and then a bump when we brought him out.
Wait, do dead
we knew at
bodies
some point-
explode?
Yeah.
So if you just leave a dead body for long enough, it'll just explode, you're saying?
Well, with us making the bumps of it, that could make it explode.
What does that mean?
Sometimes they'll just release liquid slowly so you can hear it.
This is
And like when you turn them over, yeah.
I can't believe his balls got that big. That's insane. No, like
And one of the cops too, he called me a little girl because I'm short. He was like, "Oh, you," like as a joke. He's like, "Little girl, you're gonna get that body out of there." And then when we did get him out, it was on the steps. So when we got him outside is when he exploded.
what does that
And
mean though? Like his stomach exploded?
the skin rips, and then the liquid.
Oh my
Comes
god!
out.
I didn't even know
Yeah.
this was a thing that happened.
Yeah. And then he started to gag. So I said, "Who's the little girl now?" So that's a little bit of the humor, but
this is insane that like we're at work right now, but like you're at work and you're just like pulling out exploding dead body. Like this, like someone's doing this right now as we speak. I don't know. That's just crazy to think about. And it's also just like, that's just on you guys, right? So you show up, this guy's bloated, he might explode, he's stuck to his mattress. Like, it's kind of like, all right, like you guys problem solve this. Like this is your challenge and figure out how to get this out. And it's just kind of whatever it takes.
yeah.
Jeez.
We've had to cut down a wall before. Like we call in the fire team or rescue and get them to cut out stuff.
Jeez. What? Joe's hurting over here.
Yeah,
I think you had
Sorry.
him at exploding bodies.
No, I mean, it's just, I had no idea that was a thing that happened.
Isn't that crazy? We don't even know, like it's going to happen to us and we don't even know like what our bodies, like what's going to potentially happen after.
Yeah.
It's just such a mystery. That's crazy.
It's also, there are beautiful things because like if a body is left out, I mean, beautiful in a in a body removal tech way, a body left out in the wilderness will create its own ecosystem.
That is,
What does that
That's
mean?
pretty beautiful. Just like become the earth.
Yeah,
feed-
because like flowers
become
will
like
come
a-
around it because it's
like
you know,
fertilizing.
Yeah, and then animals will come near because it's food and yeah.
Yeah, it's like beautiful is a word for it, I guess. That's
And they're lighter.
yeah. Jeez. And there's really been nothing that, like, obviously the infant story is completely understandable for anyone, but like, well, I guess what are like any memorable, like, just like obstacles you faced, or like, I'm sure there's a job where it's like maybe you think you've seen it all, but then something else, you know, is just like, wow, I can't even imagine that happened.
We had one guy who was suspected of murder who did a bunch of drugs and then with a spoon, he died by taking out his own eye.
With a spoon?
Yeah, with a spoon.
Jeez.
I didn't even know that could kill you.
I didn't either. And I asked the coroner too. I was like, wouldn't it have hurt? Wouldn't something have taken over? And he's like, I guess not.
Jeez. Before we wrap up this episode, we do have some more sponsors. Old Me would have been freaking out around this time because I was a last-minute holiday shopper. I had a huge list of names of people that I had to get things for, and I had no idea what to get them. I'd start late, then I'd be worried about, is the shipping going to come on time? It was a nightmare. It was a lot of stress, but that is not the case anymore, and that is thanks to Uncommon Goods. Uncommon Goods makes holiday shopping joyful and stress-free. They have thousands of one-of-a-kind gifts that you cannot find anywhere else, and you'll discover presents that feel meaningful specifically for the people that you're getting them for. Uncommon Goods looks for products that are high quality and often handmade or made in the U.S., and many are crafted by independent artists. So I love the fact that I feel like, or that I am supporting independent artists, but also getting a gift that's meaningful and tailored to a specific person. I just got my dad something so cool. It's a copper rain gauge. He's obsessed with like how much it rains when it rains. Very dad-like. And it's a rain gauge so that you can see after it rains, it measures and you could see how many inches of rain. And for some reason that really excites him. But the fact that Uncommon Goods had this, the second I saw it, I was like, I need to get that for my dad. And I just find myself looking to see what they've added because the items are so unique and interesting. So don't wait. Make this holiday the year you give something truly unforgettable. And to get 15% off your next gift, go to uncommongoods.com/OPL. That's uncommongoods.com/OPL for 15% off. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Uncommon Goods, we're all out of the ordinary.
And we have Every Plate. Every Plate is going to bring amazing recipes right to your doorstep. You go on their website and you can choose from a bunch of cool recipes that are going to show up to your door. And then you could cook these things in just 30 minutes or less. If you're anything like me, then it's very hard because you're always cooking the same things over and over and over again. So something like Every Plate comes along and it's amazing because they have a weekly curated list of recipes that changes all the time. And you can just make some really cool stuff. The other week I made cheesy Mexican street corn hash. It was unbelievable. I would never think to cook something like that, but with Every Plate, they make it easy to, spice up dinner. What's better than that? And right now, new customers can enjoy the special offer of only $1.99 a meal. All you have to do is go to everyplate.com/podcast and use the code OPL199. Okay, and that's how you're going to get started. So again, you go to everyplate.com/podcast and use the code OPL199 to get $1.99 a meal. All right, it is applied as a discount on the first box, limited time only. But again, get out there, go to Every Plate, spice up dinner. Okay, make something cool. Don't make the same things over and over again, the boring stuff. They have great stuff with great ingredients. Everyplate.com/podcast. Use that code OPL199. Enjoy. And now back to the interview.
Do the relationships in your life, like friends, family, what do they think about this job? Do you feel like you ever get like judged or treated differently or anything because of the nature of your work?
Elderly people are not a fan of it. They think that I'm coming for them next. But for the most part, like my best friend of 15 years, she is a social worker. So she actually works at a school with special needs children. So her and I talking about our days is vastly different. Mm-hmm. And my husband, I've brought him on a call before for a tox draw.
For what?
A toxicology draw.
Okay. Is that like finding out if the people had something in their system or?
Yeah. So it's afterwards. We go and pick them up from the morgue and then bring them to the hospital.
Okay.
And then they have to get liquids from all parts of the body.
Okay. Lots of liquids with dead bodies.
Yes. And then we've had one guy, we were going through his wallet and he had a white privilege card.
Jeez.
Not what I was expecting to hear at all.
Yeah, no.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I guess that's the other thing too. Like obviously the body, but you just never know. Like you're still walking into someone's like house or apartment or like.
Yeah, people do weird things when they don't think that they're going to be having guests.
Yeah. Wow.
So I guess like you're part of the investigation in some sort of way. If you're like examining the body and looking for other stuff, so you guys have to work in tandem with the police, I assume.
Yeah.
Do you feel Do you feel like if it is like a very like obvious crime scene or murder or something, like you said with the body that you pulled out of the water, do you ever feel the need to like follow through on stories to try to like get the outcome of it?
I'm in Canada and they don't report anything. Not too long ago, I had a murder suicide, and the only thing I'm a little bummed about is that she didn't get an obituary, so I assume there's no other family. So,
Yeah, that's
How, like, I guess I'm just thinking like because obviously it takes, like you said, like a certain dark humor to get through some of this, a hard to understand just ability to stomach all of this. But again, like people are just built different. But even saying that, like he was bummed out, like no other family, it seems like there's like a real care aspect of, knowing that this portion of someone's life, the end of life, is handled correctly and like that you do the best job that you can.
absolutely.
Is that like part of what keeps you going too? Just like, is there sort of a, I guess, pride in being able to do like good work? And like you said, it seems like the family is there like sometimes, which I'm sure changes the whole dynamic.
Yeah. I've actually had how much I care about them tested, because my best friend had a family member who was just a monster, and I had to pick him up.
Oh,
And it tested me a little bit because I was like, I could make this a really bumpy ride, but I'm not gonna. I kind of felt bad that I even thought that way, but I didn't, and I treated him respectfully.
yeah. Well, yeah, that's interesting to actually know the person and, and like, yeah, sure. Like sometimes we dislike people in life. So,
Yeah, but it's their death, so
yeah.
I got to do it.
well, in a way, what you're doing. I mean, not in a way. I think that it is a very admirable position that you're in, because when you really think about it, like, I mean, the way that I'm kind of reacting right now is like when I think of a dead body and then all of a sudden we're talking about exploding and all this stuff, I'm kind of like, okay, ew, kind of. But if everyone felt that way, then it would be sad to know that you pass away and everyone just kind of walks away and lets you explode, and you just kind of sit there. But there are people like you that this is a very difficult job, and it requires obviously a next level amount of care, so that you can kind of dispose of the body in a respectful way. So I think that is a very admirable position. I don't know that I'm cut out for it. I'm
absolutely
I'm like,
cut out for it.
That's not for me. But we do appreciate you coming on and taking the time and telling us about your position and giving us some insight on it all.
For sure.
Do you feel well, I guess two things is, one, is this a job that you would recommend to other people? And two, do you think it's a job that's fairly compensated for what the work is?
It really depends on the person, because I have seen people that I really like break, and that sucks. I do think that some people are unaware that they're able to do this. If they're finding the interest in stuff, it's really hard to just say like, I want to try, and then be like, it doesn't work for me. But I think more people should, because then you'd find out a lot more people are actually cut out for it.
Sure. Do you think that you have to like have an interest in morbid things a bit, and not in like a strange way or like crossing a line, but like people have interest in like morbid hobbies, or like I just met someone who's like, I collect like oddities and shrunken heads and do taxidermy. Like that's a different type of interest, obviously.
Yeah. I think so. I think there's definitely, cause like we have work parties, and those, we're a lot of the same people. It's a lot of just sharing stories and being like, no way.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you have to find your work interesting. But yeah, like Joe said, I mean, thank you for coming on. This is just a job that you do not think about, but now I'm going to be thinking about it a lot more, because it's like, you are the first like person in a way that like someone can interact with like after their death. And that's like a key person. But just with the position you're in, just to wrap this up, just because you mentioned before, about like talking openly about death and things. Like, what do you have advice for people? Like, is that your opinion that we should be more open about it? And like, what would you say to people who kind of avoid that at all costs, and to a degree where it could hurt them later on in life by not being prepared?
Because I have an experience where my mom was very open about death and what she wanted. And then by the time her death came, I was very solidified in how I felt and how I just wanted for her what she wanted. Mm-hmm. So it made all the choices very easy. And I had no guilt on my end. I was just pursuing her wishes. So it's good, I think, if you're caring, in a caring relationship and stuff, to be open about, you know, if this happens, then I'd like this for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I mean, it's fair, because I mean, I've seen family members go through it too. And when those wishes aren't laid out, or there's like multiple siblings, like it can add a lot of stress to the people still
Somebody
here
who doesn't know
then,
if they want to be cremated or buried, and
it's a lot to put on someone.
someone.
Yeah, exactly, for them to make this decision, hoping it's what the person would have wanted. So yeah, no, I mean, I think that it's morbid, it's dark, but it is, you know, it's good advice to like at least be minimally prepared when you think of like what you leave behind for, you know, your loved ones and family to have to deal with, and the decisions they'll have to make. It's probably easier if you're able to make them.
Yeah.
All right. Wow.
Well, again, thank you so much for taking the time and talking to us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
All right, have a good one.
You too. Bye.
You're squeamish over there.
Yeah, I'm kind of traumatized. I mean, I didn't think, I mean, I had never even considered any of that. I mean, the skin ripping is like...
That was like such a specific, strange example that...
I feel like I've heard that before, because I have friends who are like cops, and like they talk about that sometimes.
Yeah.
But I just wasn't thinking about it. The exploding is the first time I've ever heard that.
Yeah.
That I didn't know. That's terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, that's just, I don't know, man. It's just a different mentality. Like, we say that about healthcare workers all the time, and like that is another level of being able to kind of stomach and care. And this, though, like you're walking into something not good every single time.
Yeah.
Like every single time. And
Like there's someone dead there.
Yeah, like that's a guarantee. And it's not like, you know, you're not in the position to potentially save someone and then you lose someone. It's just like, yeah, but such like an interesting piece of this whole thing of like caring for someone from life to death to after death. And yeah, that's an important piece. Like there's people doing that job every single day. Wow.
Yeah, and thank God they are, because, I mean, to ask a relative or a family member to do that for one of their relatives is, yeah, it's crazy. So
Wild.
we thank those people for doing what they do. But for anyone out there that would like to be a guest on our show, don't hesitate to reach out. Our email is oplpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, follow us on Instagram, TikTok at OPL Podcast. And like Joe said, send those emails. We put out a new episode every 2 weeks. So we're always reading emails and always responding. And it could be you on the show next.
Yep, and that is all. See you guys next time.